Good evening, everyone. I have been asked tonight to say a few words on behalf of the donors of Save a Child's Heart. I feel truly honored to be representing the Azrieli Foundation, along with my mother, Stephanie, my husband, Danny, and my children, Galia and Ella, who are here with us tonight. It's also a great honor to be in the extremely thoughtful company of Morris Kahn, who is a true visionary, the Arison Foundation and family, Sherry, Jason, and Elital, whom I know share our values of Tikkun Olam, and of course, Sylvan and Margaret Adams, fellow Montrealers and exemplars in their generosity. The physical, practical, and spiritual home of Save a Child's Heart is in Wolfson Medical Center, a hospital we don't hear enough about. Wolfson was founded almost 40 years ago in 1980 and was built in Cholon because of its very central location in the Gush Dan area. Many people don't know this, especially in the shadow of some of the other great medical institutions in Israel, but Wolfson serves almost 500,000 people in the overall catchment area of South Tel Aviv, Cholon, Bat Yam, and Jaffa. And within that number, there is still the largest Holocaust survivor population in Israel. It is also important to note that throughout the years, the medical infrastructure and equipment and care provided at Wolfson has been almost entirely dependent on government financial support. And if I am to be brutally honest, which I am known to be, it is considered one of Israel's busiest and yet poorest hospitals. It is not a surprise that today, 40 years after it was built, that on the outside, the Wolfson Hospital needs some major renovations and some committed new donors to refresh its infrastructure. For the record, they really only asked me to represent the donors of Save a Child's Heart, but I think it's a good time to recruit new donors. So. And yet, despite this, despite its overwhelming service to the people of the Gush Dan area and its limited funds, and despite the built-in government budget/deficit, it is incredibly important to stress that Wolfson has succeeded in developing many centers of excellence. And a few of these are pediatric cardiac surgery, pediatric neurology, pediatric gastroenterology, a stroke center, a Parkinson's center, a national center for victims of sexual assault, and of course, the reason we are all here tonight, the Save a Child's Heart International Humanitarian Charity. Every day, children from developing countries are saved in Cholon at the Wolfson Medical Center at Save a Child's Heart. Now, I assume that there are some guests here tonight who don't know, so I want to explain for just a second that Save a Child's Heart is affectionately referred to as SACH, S-A-C-H. And SACH, we just heard the MC say, treats heart disease in children from developing countries, trains medical personnel, which creates medical competence in their home countries, and is currently building a pediatric cardiac center to provide treatment and follow-up care after procedures. As of today, 5,000 children have come to Israel and have been treated for heart-related disease in 58 countries, including Africa, South America, Europe, Asia, Iran, and throughout the Middle East, including Jordan and the Palestinian Authority. It is nothing other than awe-inspiring to think that our little struggling country, Israel, and our financially overwrought Wolfson Hospital from Cholon, and our big-hearted and brilliant Israeli doctors and medical staff have chosen to commit themselves to give in such a profound and meaningful way. The medical practitioners do this, and through our support, each of us make a difference to the lives of mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, and of course the children themselves. We do this by willingly suspending our disbelief. We ignore politics. We steamroller through all the obstacles that get in the way, and we simply stay committed to hope and to preserving life. And we do this because of the values that I know are so prevalent in this auditorium here tonight, because it is the right thing to do. So how does a hospital which is struggling to get by, which has to treat millions of patients, also have the bandwidth, the ability, the focus, and for lack of a better word, the heart, to develop a program like Save a Child's Heart? Of course, it starts with super special people like the founder, Dr. Ami Cohen, Zichrono Livracha, whom I never had the privilege to meet, and his successor, now Dr. Lior Sasson, and his incredible team at Save a Child's Heart. And also, there's Dr. Chagit Dekel, and of course, all of the amazing Wolfson Hospital personnel, doctors, staff, led by the thoughtful, professional, and the breath of fresh air CEO, Dr. Anat Engel. And there are also the usual pearls of wisdom that stem from our Jewish history and our Jewish ethics that inform our decisions and ignite our passion and basic humanitarian desire for peace among people. But I would like to suggest this evening that there is another complementary factor that is part of the success of Save a Child's Heart at the Wolfson Medical Hospital. And that is because, that special factor is because we're deeply involved in the act of giving, not in the ordinary course of business giving, but the over and above what is expected giving. Research suggests that when there is a culture of giving, the overall performance of an organization is significantly more successful. In other words, the value of giving, when it pervades a culture, a classroom, or a hospital, creates a culture of success. So as a donor, and on behalf of all the donors, I think we must be very proud of this culture of giving in Wolfson generally, and for Save a Child's Heart particularly. We must continue to help our neighbors, our friends, our enemies, and any child in need, because through this essential tenet of our Jewish history, it is what we are taught to do, and because we know in our hearts it's the right thing to do. It's an honor. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to be part of this great mission, and there is still so much that needs to be done. So enjoy tonight, enjoy this amazing doctor orchestra, because tomorrow it's back to work.